are live to talk about 3 reasons you're not attracting high value men. 3 reasons you're not attracting high value men. Why is my YouTube? Give me a second. This is my first time. Oh, because my camera wasn't on. Hey, everyone. So we are talking about 3 reasons why you're not attracting high value men. I am on YouTube here. I am on Instagram here. Hi, everyone. This is going to be a more regular thing. So I am so excited to be here. And we are going to dive right into the 3 things. So 3 reasons, okay, not 6, 3 reasons you are not attracting high value men regularly. The first reason is that you have a lack mentality. You lower your standards because you fear you won't be able to attract what you really want. So you lower your standards when you're dating, thinking, okay, this is pretty good. This guy is pretty good. So I'm just going to stick with this because there's no way I could ever have everything I ask for or everything I desire. You are actually throwing yourself under the bus. You are lowering your standards. And what that means, why you do that, is because of self-worth. You don't value yourself enough to trust that someone that high value is going to like you. So you lower in order to feel that sort of dopamine hit of being liked, right? And having some sort of mediocre connection or a great connection in certain areas, but some other parts are missing. And you settle for that because you don't believe that you are that amazing that you could attract a man who has all of these things. So this is the problem. Your point of attraction is lowered because of your own view of yourself, your own beliefs about yourself, your own value, self-value or self-worth. Okay? So you keep doing this over and over again, and then you get to complain about there only being shitty men out there that end up disappointing you. But really, you're angry at yourself for disappointing yourself and for not adhering to your own standards for fear of never getting it. The fear is running the show here. So that's number 1. I mean, I can go deep into this. What you get to do is you get to level up your self-worth and level up your vibration, and they go hand in hand. The self-worth piece comes in when you take care of yourself in certain ways, self-care, deep listening to yourself, sitting with yourself, having moments of grief, holding yourself, having moments of joy, crediting yourself. That is self-worth, and it's an ongoing thing. For anybody who you see that has confidence and self-worth, this is an ongoing practice. So don't think that you don't have it, so therefore you can't have it, or those people that have it, it comes easily. No way. No way. Self-worth is an ongoing practice of honoring yourself in a way that makes you feel worthy of the things that you say you want, right? This high value man, maybe a bigger income, maybe a bigger house, whatever it is. It makes you in the same level of the vibration that that amazing thing lives in. All right. So that's just number 1. Let's get on to number 2. Number 2 is the number 2 reason. So this is not the number 1 reason, the number 2 reason. It's just 3 reasons. There are many reasons. Okay. These are some of the top reasons. So number 2 in this series is that you refuse to take the time and effort to work on your femininity. Yes, you refuse. When you have reasons not to, when you have excuses, reasons are always excuses, and excuses are choices. You are choosing not to do it. I don't care if a bomb went off in your backyard. I don't care. I mean, that's not going to happen, right? But it's always an excuse. Trust me, I battle those demons too. And excuses are resistance. It's resistance. If you have the most amazing reason for not setting aside time for your femininity work, it's just resistance. That's all it is. It's just a wolf in sheep's clothing. It is a reason um, in it is an excuse or resistance in a reason's clothing, right? So you convince yourself that it was such a good reason why you didn't do it, why you didn't do it. Where else in your life do you have all the amazing excuses why not to do something? Because those excuses are just resistance toward it. So where are you refusing to set aside space, time, openness, slowness to nurture your femininity? What are you afraid of? You know, I used to be so afraid that if I gave myself pleasure and sensuality and joy first, that I would end up a slob, eating bonbons on the couch, 500 pounds overweight, and sort of being overly permissive with myself. But that's not what it is. That's the toxic side of it that society wants you to believe. Because you want to you what you want to avoid is that toxic going and doing and avoiding of the feminine. This is the agenda, the underlying agenda of, you know, those who believe in scripture and God and Jesus and all of this. It's the devil, right? Wanting you to veer away from your divine being, which is a feminine being. And there's also other things at play. It is your resistance, but it's also the resistance is coming from the outside influences of the patriarchy, of our family lineage, making us feel like slowing down, taking care of ourselves, loving on ourselves, being in the feminine is actually not as worthy. Here is that worthiness conversation again. That the feminine is not as worthy as the masculine. So the example is that doing and going and being over busy and goal setting and going to work and getting your tasks done and not taking care of yourself is more worthy of whatever it, you know, in our worthiness scale in society, that's more worthy of praise and has more value in our society than going for a long, slow walk in the forest, having a nap in the afternoon, meditating, practicing yoga slowly and long, allowing yourself that space before you go to work, sipping your coffee or your tea on your deck in the summertime, letting the sun hit your skin. That's not valued. That in our society is made to look like a selfish act, like frivolous, frivolous in a bad way. I love frivolity in a good way, but I'll get into that in a second. And it's put down. It's not as much, it's not of as much value as working, making money, organizing, planning, you know, that sort of panicked feeling that we're all in our day and age and in our society. So, number 2 reason that you're not attracting high value men is that you refuse to take the time and effort to work on your femininity. And yes, I'm saying it in that way on purpose. You're refusing to do it. If you're not doing it, you're refusing to do it. Now, if this is the first time you've heard about it, I give you grace. I give you grace anyway, because I get to give myself grace when I fall in that trap as well, like any of those traps. But now that it's clear to you that excuses are resistance and resistance is just your beliefs that it's not worth doing and that you're not worth doing it, now that you know about that, what do you commit to? Put it in the chat. What do you commit to doing for fulfilling your feminine energy needs? The slowing down, the planning into your day as a priority, not work being a priority, planning into your day as a priority, your feminine practices. And not having to earn pleasure. And I interchange feminine practices with pleasure because I'm telling you, every feminine practice that I do gives me pleasure. Here are some examples. Leaving my phone at home and going for a walk, either with the dog or myself. Being in nature in any capacity. Being slow, slowing down in nature. Practicing yoga. All of these things, like taking extra time in the shower in the morning. See, these things you can plan those into your life and still be productive in the other parts. But what I learned recently, just maybe a year ago, maybe several months ago, is that I need pleasure and my feminine practices and my own joy work first before I go do the productivity work. So I need to fill my feminine cup first before I'm good at and enjoying the masculine side of me, which I work both. But the feminine side gets easily neglected because it is not as valued in our society. And the outside influences don't go like, oh, your meeting today is to meet about being feminine. No, your meeting is like a business meeting or a work meeting. And that could seem like it's taking precedence over your self-care and femininity practices. So, number 2 is you refuse to take the time and effort to work on your femininity. I'm going to move on to number 3 now. Number 3 is the number 3 reason you are not attracting high value men is that you repel masculine men. And this is by being not fully in self-love with yourself, self-care, nurturing yourself, and having a full cup, being full in your life. A masculine man really longs for a woman who comes to him complete. So this whole business of you complete me is not correct. And we know this, right? But what is it then? How do you live your life fully complete first? Well, you nurture yourself, you nurture your femininity, you spend time, you block off time prioritizing your femininity, and you fill your life with joy, things that give you joy. So for me, it's surfing, water skiing, yoga, playing with my new puppy, who surprisingly is very quiet right now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you want to know more about Petey, the guide dog puppy that I'm sponsoring, fostering, go to my Instagram page at barbara.santon. You'll see lots of relationship stuff there as well. Oh, you guys are on it, the ones on Instagram. But here on YouTube, I do all kinds of funny things with Petey on my Instagram. Totally not dating related, but who cares? So anyway, the feminine practices that I fill myself up with before I even am able to show up in my relationship properly, right? The feminine practices are, like I said, yoga, surfing, water skiing. I love to sleep. So when I get to go to bed on time or early, as early as 9 p.m., oh, I love that. I just love it. Like just thinking about it, even nourishing my body with good food, but not to the point where I'm strict and rigid with a diet, because that's masculine again. When I am intuitively following my nourishment needs, I eat whatever I want, right? But to Not to the point where, and I'm for me, it's really easy to eat whatever I want and still be super healthy. So for you, that might not be the case, depending on how you, what habits you've created in your life. So don't just copy me with that. But I am giving you some self care practices that I really enjoy in order for my cup to be full, so that when I show up in my relationship, I don't suck the life out of him. Same with you. You are repelling masculine men because when they are with you, you are sucking the life out of them because you are not fully embodied in your own fullness. You are not giving yourself the things that you're expecting a man to give you. You are waiting, which is neediness energy. Waiting is neediness energy. You are waiting for a man to come into your life to fulfill specific needs, like feeling safe, feeling heard, feeling loved, feeling sexy. But you can feel heard, loved, and sexy, and cherished, and abundant, and overflowing with love, and overflowing with passion, and beauty, and sensuality without a man. And that is the key. If you can get to the feeling of what you want to get from a man, if you can get to that feeling inside of you without the man, that's your ticket. That's when the high value men are going to start flocking to you. All right, I have a little gift for you. I have a little gift for you. For Instagram, I will put it in the bio, I guess. Here, I'll put it below the video. It is a 5-part audio series, sort of like a podcast, about red flags and blind spots. Go get it now. Click on it. You just have to put in your email and your name, and you will get it in your inbox instantly. And you can start listening to it again. You can start listening to it right away. I mean, all right, you guys, so much love to you. And I cannot wait to hear all of your comments below about what your thoughts are and what your experiences have been with this. Bye for now.